Oh, here we go again. Here we go again. And now I did check. We are in the top 0.6 at this current day. Percent of the players. So sort of right last time. So 0.7. Now we're down to 0.6. Division 3. And let's see if we can get higher. And Fire Dre. That name rings a bell. And we're against the Drasky and Full Stop. Okay, cool. Let's do this. So we're going to get the boost here. And I can go wide there. And I've got a hover here. And there we go. Job done. See how I forced them low? We just played aside. Teammate went there. Understandably, like, if they got that, they'd be fine. But we didn't necessarily need to go there. It was more about security. And also, did you notice that move, that little backflip into the corner? People don't use that. It's actually one of the drills from Lockdown. And if you don't know what Lockdown is, guys, Lockdown is the free 4-week defensive training, and that is in it. So again, you know, I always use my programs. Quick flick there, just to put some pressure on. Because it's just because I love them, and I know it sounds bad, but I know how much hard work went into them. So I trust it is good. You know, I don't trust everything else. So we're gonna just move this to the side anyway, and we're gonna stay behind the ball here. We're gonna look to side flip it across. Ooh, a little bit of gap. We're gonna go for a jab there. A little bit of a panic state. Look for the demo. Grab that. Now see how they went wide? They should have been in the middle. And if they were in the middle, did you notice the space? So I could have done a very nice handoff, and that's a goal, because they could have just smashed it on net. Because what happens is, when you get these demos, they'll follow you to the side, and then you've got an open net, so you just put it in. So this wasn't the best from me here. It was tough. I was thinking about leaving it for them. A real difficult situation to be put in there. My bad. But they're not very happy about that. It was a great pass, to be fair. It was a great pass. We're going to come in. Again, we're sort of tripping over each other here because they're not central as the second man. And this is why it's not the best thing, because you're going to force me to move out of the positions I want to be in, which is A, remember the A and B guys, and there we go. Again, central to second man. It's pretty easy. All right? It isn't. You don't have to be the #1 ranked player in the world to do this. Just get in the middle and look how many goals you get. And the players will funnel it to you. It's the craziest thing, because everyone goes wide. They go wide and push it into the middle. And everyone goes, okay, I'll challenge wide. No one thinks, why don't I just go where they're pushing it? I don't know why they don't, but they don't. So anyway, that's why this system works so well. And again, I don't want to bang on about it all the time. I didn't really mention it last episode. But if you are interested in this system, give me a message, and I can tell you more. Or you can join the cohort. Would love to have you starting on the 7th of August. So this episode may already it might be the last one before the cohort starts. I'm not too sure. But if you can't get into the cohort, you can still message me, because we do have other options available, other packages. So if you wanted just the videos and the resources and all of the drills, and all of the drills that lead you to success. And what I mean by that is, you don't just get drills for where you are. The drills are scalable. We scale the drills. Everything I do is scalable. What I learned when I was a coach is to be scalable on everything, because there's no point if someone can't do it. There's just no point. So we're going to get a quick flick here, letting the teammate know we are low on boost. They're sort of giving this ball away a little bit too much for my liking here. I do understand their panic on the center line here. We're going to see if we can get some sort of bump here. Great speed up into the air. Risky from me, very risky, but I thought it might be worth doing, because if they hit that back, there might be a gap that teammate could exploit. So probably not the best thing. We're going to move forward again, trying to back this up and just try and be close here. Again, use that side weapon. Great bump, though. They did do a good job of beating me out there. I'm not sure if they're safe. They are safe. Again, I feel they could have held on to that. We're just going to try and move this away. Oh, well played. Well played. Yeah, really good stuff. I thought they might have come back there. That's my bad. I thought the teammate was going to turn and come back. They got bumped, and then I was forced to musty. I didn't have time to turn my car sideways, so that was bad for me. This guy's really bad. This guy is really bad, but that's fine, you know, because all about this is learning. We're going to move out the way of that demo. We can hit. Yeah, that's pointless. That's really bad. Remember what I told you guys about the nose? What was the point of that? They didn't need to hit that, and now we get a more explosive ball, and now we've got too much movement. We want to kill these balls. There we go. Just kill the ball. Oh, man. I could have scored that. I can promise you right now I would have scored that. Now we've got to defend for no reason, and now we're collapsed. Yep. All because we had an open lane. That's how I knew I'm very confident in that position to score. because we had a lateral dribble available against the last man as a 2v1, and they just smashed the ball off me. But that's what anger gets you, you know. Fire Dre. Don't know what you're doing. I really don't. Apart from getting blown up. We're going to stay close here. Just going to stay close. Grab some boosts. We're going to move into the center. Oh, what the heck is going on? What is going on? This is the top 0.6% of the player base, right? Look at this. This is the top 0.6% of the player base. And I've been saying for years how low quality the game is. I think that's fair to say, right? I've been saying this for 5-6 years, how low quality it is. If you really believe what we just saw was the top 0.6 of the player base just coming and bumping and leaving the middle open, if you really disagree with me and you think everyone else is right and this is really high quality, then fair enough. But I think you're blind. Okay, so we're going to move that with a side flip and we're going to grab this boost. We're going to just create a little bit of pressure here. We've got 30 seconds. We can't really do anything here. It's going to be tough. This might be a loss here, unfortunately. Move it to the side. And this guy's just mad. They are absolutely mad. We're going to just clear that. That's a great play from them. Yeah, nice flip reset off the ceiling. We'll get a demo just to get the stats going. So, difficult game here. You know, nice try on the pass, actually. Toxicity with your teammate, it never works. Because what happens is, just like driving in the real world, as soon as you get that road rage, get off the game. Because you're no good to anyone. As you can see there, they're just diving in, making really, really bad decisions over and over. Well, I can tell you why. Because they're angry. And I don't know why they're angry. I have no idea why they're angry. Maybe they're struggling. But again, you know, they did all that flying around and didn't achieve anything. As you can see, you know, we got 6s all across the board and then we got a 200er. Not that points matter, but it also does show certain things. And the reason, in a way, points do matter is because most players don't get the hustle stats anyway. Most players aren't passing you the ball. Most players aren't going to block in the midfield and use side flips and prevent inside lane pressure. Most players actually are just trying to score straight away, aren't they? And so their stats should be higher if anything else, right? We are with another Supersonic Legend in the Rumble domain, baby. We're going to put this high, just out of reach. And this should be a goal. Yep. So just out of reach, put it low. And that is a good one. And no way did they just leave. What is going on? So again, just make them reach for it. The real trick here, it's a shame they've left, but I just want to explain this. The real trick is to play the ball just out of reach. If you get really good at that and you can control that, that's what you want to be doing. So, shame, man. I don't know why they quit. They quit because they got beaten there. But it's also a proof of like players panicking for no reason. And what I mean by that is they went up to block that. There was actually no reason. They could have waited for the bounce. Yes, do you want to defend the backboard? But do you need to defend the backboard is sometimes the question. In that situation, there was actually no direct threat. They could have waited for the bounce and then gone and tried to play it there. But it doesn't matter. We're into the next game here. We're going to build up. And we are with a Magistral. Going to come down here. And we're just going to have to probably flick this ball. Didn't do the best cut. I didn't really have a vision of anyone there. It was a bad play from me. Didn't get the touch I wanted. Didn't expect that bounce. And we are just going to come into deep net position. And we're going to start to move forward. It's a great shot. And see, that's perfect. So again, people got me twisted. They think I don't like aerials. They think I don't like any of this sort of stuff. Absolutely couldn't be farther from the truth. That was a perfect opportunity to go for a double touch. Those are when you go for it. And again, notice how the teammate was on the backboard sat there. But really, it should be the player, myself in this situation, rotating ball side, that actually goes onto the backboard. It's a much safer position, usually, as long as you just have the ability to backflip. I'm going to put that into the middle. That should have been a goal. My bad. I am so sorry. We're going to move here. We're going to jab it at the player and just go for a double jump. If in doubt, take the mechanics out. You can't get your shots on target. Just do a double jump, man. Just literally jab. And notice how they were there. Okay, look how wide they are, my teammate. Okay, but why be that wide? Because I scored it quite easily, right? I think we all agree I scored that easily. Why? Because I didn't rotate. Which means I didn't give up space, which means I stayed on A. Remember, guys, if you don't know what I'm talking about, A and B, that is the one before and one after the no man's land position. And both here, we had both after no man's land. That's just my bad off the kickoff. But now, I want you to imagine I did the same thing and I didn't score, but I hit the crossbar. Now, my teammate, would they be able to score if they're on the wing? No. If they were in the middle, would they be able to clean up? Yes. Why is no one playing like this? That's the pacifist system, baby. That's the pacifist system. The most high percentage system in the game. And you can learn it if you want. And we're going to move here to the middle. And we're just going to try and block here. More so, we're just trying to block. This isn't the best thing. We're losing vision due to the movement. And we're just going to come up here and block that. The reason I went for that challenge there is because I really do not want them to center the ball. It would be too dangerous. A centered ball into a smash, you know, you're talking 120 kilometers. You're not saving that, buddy. Backflip into the corner here. Keep the ball in the corner in this situation to force them to make a decision. I'm just playing proactive defense here. Just trying to get a read on these players, see what they're up. And look, I go hover, and they play it low. Because I learned my lesson, and I didn't hover last time. I didn't actually have the boost to, I don't believe, off the kickoff. But that's why you do that. And even if you don't always hit it, as long as you're putting a hand up in the air, you're giving your teammate an idea of what's going on. One of the worst things you can do as first man, especially if you're not common. If you're common, it's fine. If you're letting them know what's going on, it's fine. But if you're not common, you need to be blocking every hit in the middle if you can. Every single hit. Because if you don't block the hits in the middle, you are going to screw your team over. And even if you actually don't get that hit but you go up, that's great. Because now what you've done is you've eliminated areas of the map. So your teammate can get an easier read on it. So it's really important when you're on this first man position that you are doing stuff. Okay, and of course, you know, we have little sneaky tips and tricks for that. Don't agree with that challenge, but we should be able to get back in time. Just, again, side flip, long weapon. That should be mine. That should be mine, because I just did the hard work. So, I was on the ball to prevent it, and I had to take a certain path to do that. Teammate could have come down the middle as a second man, took all that pad, you're talking, what, 60 boost, and then they could have let me get the 100, and we'd be on the offense. So, again, this is why the passive system, we do that differently. I'm going to grab this boost here. We'll put him under some good pressure here. Just going to move to the side, grab this boost, and going to go again for a hover. So see, even if I miss, I forced them to play the ball faster because I've gone up, so they can't go slow because they know I'm going to hit it. And now my teammate can figure out where is it not going to be. And there's an open net. Why? Well, because first of all, second man is wide. You see here, they're going for the hover, they're going for the psycho, but the first man came down the wing. There was no one in the middle. Very common. And this is the top 0.6% of the player base. And I'm going to keep banging on about that because I am, you know. Because I want to prove a point. And I'm sorry if it annoys people. And I'm sorry if I'm crushing dreams by saying that the top 0.6% of the player base isn't where I'd expect it to be. I'm sorry. But, you know, I'm being honest. It's not my fault. It is not my fault. That's good. Again, perfect. Yeah, perfect. See, again, that's where you put your mechanics in. We've got an isolation play. We've got the ball in the corner. Remember, that's the passive system, baby. We've created the trap. We've got the map space. Now we can beat them. Doesn't matter because they're rotating back. But it all comes off map space. The more map space you have, the easier it is to make a goal. Because you can do, you know, like he came down onto that ball and spiked it. My teammate, that is. Perfect. All right, we're going to build up down the middle. Just grabbing these pads. And again, they're going for it again. Almost scored it again. I'm going to come in and block the middle there. Just so they don't get a quick shot off. That's the main thing we've got to do there. Just block that shot down the middle. Beautiful from the teammate. I got to say, this is by far the best teammate we've had. Notice how every time they're second man, they're in the net. Or they're in the middle. And again, we're in the middle and I can't shoot. That should be a goal. You guys would score that. I suck. So again, the middle position there, really exploiting them. There was a couple of things my teammate did on that first goal I wasn't in agreement with, but I got to say, again, we're just putting a hand up for them so they know where it's going. I got to say they're doing a really good job, and just wanted to point out there, even though we didn't touch the ball, we told them the ball is not going to come here, stay on the ground, and you're probably going to get the free ball, and they've read it. And that's what Rocket League is. Rocket League is reading that stuff, and there we go. One more for the road, baby, with a forward. Beautiful. Great teammate. Really solid teammate there. Very well played. Yeah, absolutely. Brilliant central position. Brilliant defensive position. And using the mechanics at the right time. And look at that. 7 saves they had. Talk about a carry. My days. This guy was a defensive demon. But only because they remained in the middle. If you're trying to rank up, then you may be interested in my Rocket League 6-week course. The most in-depth Rocket League course there is. Learn the ins and outs of the pacifist system. Learn and understand the fundamental way to play the game. understand the meta and how to crush it. With hands-on coaching and weekly scrims versus RLCS pros and legendary Supersonic legends, and with a 100% 5-star rating, you can be sure that this course does exactly what it says on the tin. And it's the same price for every person. Message me for a free copy of the Pacifist document, or if you're interested in being part of the next cohort, give me a message. And I promise, if you only message me for the document, I will not try and sell you the course. Alright, here we go. Now I'm excited because I do think, I could be wrong, but if we win this, we are Division 4. There, you know, they're Division 4. On a system that ain't going to work in the higher ranks. Top 0.6, maybe 0.5% right now. As we stay nice and central. And the teammates, the problem with this, right, that was a really good adaptation. But the problem was that was always going to be a 2v1 right after it. Because you're looking for a ceiling shot from the corner. And what you really want to do is you want to look for more 50s, blocks and playouts in that sort of position. Just because it's going to be really difficult. So great little grab there from the teammate. We're just going to wait back in there in the position they tell you not to. And we're going to slowly move into this position. Now, see how they backed off? Now I've got to come in no man's land. Now see how we're both wide? See how the net's open? And if they were there, it's a goal. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. What 99% of the player base are doing is completely wrong, in my opinion. We're just going to get the outlet. Hopefully they can finish that off. Should be able to do it this rank. Yes, indeed. So again, always watching the player. Where they dive from here, okay, they're from the middle, just get it over. Again, anything high, anything off the center, you're going to be fine. As long as you do something proactive there. Now, you're probably thinking, well, why didn't you shadow as last man? Because there was a gap. So remember, you can bend the rules depending on certain things. I had a gap, I had the ball. That's my ball, I can control the play. In a situation where they have the ball, maybe now I got a shadow because it's more dangerous. So again, you've always got to play to what you get given based on what is happening on the pitch. So yeah, don't just sort of read it as like, well, you shadow always. Generally, 95% of the time, you're going to shadow as last man unless you've got the ball. If you've got the ball as last man, try and make an outplay. And sometimes you'll have, like here, you know, I've got to give them a bit of respect there. I'm going to challenge as well because of the way they're coming in. And just going to tap this to the side because I hear them up. So you've got to sort of pick and again, it all comes down to vision, but we follow a certain framework, the pacifist system. We follow the framework, and therefore we can get some certain opportunities. Great challenge there, but this should put us in a good spot here because we did have a 2v1. Again, they're picking it up from the corner, so what's happening is going to be very difficult to get the shot selection you want fast enough. What am I on about? Well, if you're shooting from your own corner, that ball's got to travel basically the furthest possible you can create on the map. So as the top corner of the map, that is the furthest. If you put a point on that and put it into the net, the furthest the ball has to travel in the whole map. You can't get the ball to travel further than that. And so when you look at it like that, you realize that one, you've got a lot of time to read that ball. You've got a lot of gravity acted upon that ball, which is going to slow it down. So really, oh, I thought that was off. Great shot. Jeez, that's a real bad read from me. I honestly thought that was covered. Really bad from me here. Great turn and shot again. Lovely work there from the shadow turn onto the inside shot. Really, I honestly thought that was off. So that was my bad. I thought it was going to hit the post. Yeah, not a good play there. We're going to try and grab that boost. Well played from them. And see if we can help our teammate here because I haven't done a very good job. Going to move behind. Again, see the teammates gone wide. Look, again, that's why. So because they went wide, look at their touch. Puts it into the middle. Now we've got to go because it's actually truly dangerous. And I missed and I'm ended up all the way. That's just bad from me. That's another goal almost. All because they picked the ball up wide and tried to put it into the middle. This is what I've been saying you don't want to do. It makes the game more difficult. You want to make the game as easy as possible. And then that way you don't have to rely on mechanics to help you. You can just rely on just the game being much easier. We're going to put a shot on to put them under pressure. Actually, good job the first man did dive across. Second didn't have that covered. And again, we're going to look for a little backflip there because teammate was in the center. Well played as second man. And notice how they get a shot on net. Could they have gone for an air dribble bump? Yes, they could have for the guaranteed goal. We can't get to that. Going to move out. Great outlet pass here. Great try on the pinch. So we got, again, good stuff from these guys. We're seeing nice mechanics from these players. And now we've got some great games coming up because at the higher ranks, we've got to start asking questions of how do we deal with this issue? What's the solution? And I think that's always the fun stuff. You know, what is the solution to this problem? And when you do that, you become a better player. And you learn more about yourself in the game. And as long as you're there saying, I could have done this, I could have done that. Like there, I could have pushed up more when we had that pressure. We still get the goal, thankfully. They messed up there. But I should have been pushing up more, especially with the amount of momentum. And the fact, again, could card of stay deep in net in a fundamental position, mainly like the pacifist system, which is why we do it. Because can skills ever score that angle? No, it's an impossible angle. Okay, there's no way you can score that angle. So if they waited in net, let them hit it, then moved forward, it's a 2v1. Our teammate would have been stuck on their backboard. They would have had possession. It would have been a goal. So little things like that, where you, again, see how they're on the backboard teammate here. It could be difficult because they actually can score a goal here. See, they can get it round him. Again, if their teammate was perfectly positioned for that, it would have been a goal. So we're just going to starve them down here. I'm not playing particularly well myself here, though. And we're just going to try and block the center line. Teammates wide, they've took the boost. So I'm going to push it towards them so that we've got an advantage. And there we go, 2v1. Moving to position, double jump bump, double jump bump. Unlucky. Double jump bump would have been the one there because they're basically screwed the way they're coming back there. Nicely done from Canard. And we're just going to wait in there here. So again, teammates pushing this ball. I don't agree with that because now we've got displacement. And we don't need this. Now they've got to come back. But now this could be risky, so we're going to have to try and make a save, I'm imagining here. Yep. We got fortunate. We got fortunate because there was too much aggression at the end of the game. Don't displace yourself from the ball. Stay close. Stay close. Low 50, get it grounded, and there we go. Division 4 on a broken system. That ain't going to work. They didn't know what it was all about. But there we go. Again, guys, just use the basics. You'll be fine. We got the Div 4. If you want to know more, send me a message in the Discord. Thank you for watching. Do appreciate it. And peace out. Peace, peace.